Hi, welcome to Top of the World News. I'm Jim Lynch. Please like and subscribe. Also, please follow me on all forms of social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. I am opening up this week because I want to introduce you to a new addition to my family. This is Chewy, short for Chewbacca. And he is about 15 weeks old, and he is just a bundle of fun. But for somebody who's got a home office, he's a nice little companion, a nice little diversion. But hey, I got to get to work, okay? So you got to beat it. I'll be over in a few minutes. Okay, so we've been talking about the 20 ways, more or less, to generate new business, and we talked about a couple of them last week, and this week we're going to talk about a few more. And I originally published this list several years ago, probably pushing 20 years ago now. Some of the original thoughts are probably a bit outdated. Some are standing the test of time. So, given the world we live in now, some of the things may have to be tweaked to fit the current environment, but I think a lot of the tips are still pretty good. So the third one that we're going to touch on is radio and television. You want to go on these mediums as an invited guest, not as a paid expert. You want to call your local radio and television station and offer your expertise on local and maybe even national issues within your industry. You want to get to know the local radio and television personalities. You want to send them articles on regular topics so that they're familiar with your work and the way you view things and the things you look at as important, to see if they think you would be a fit on their show as a guest. And do a 15-minute a 15-minute spot, maybe longer, on their show. But as always, you want to get them to like, trust, and depend upon you as an expert in your field. That's something we talked about in previous weeks. And the rest is easy. Now, after you make that first impression, your phones will start to ring, and people will start asking for you. But remember, you got to make it good. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. Now, as I opened up with, there are a lot of other avenues to get your name out there. YouTube, for instance. You can, post on, forms of, videos on social media. Twitter, LinkedIn are real good ones if you are a professional. So there's a lot of different avenues that you can go with other than conventional TV and radio. The next one, number 4, is something I always liked, and to this day is very valuable because it's eye to eye, it's person to person, it's handshake to handshake. How about starting your own weekly breakfast lead club? You can start your own, or you can join an existing one sponsored by some local or national organization nearby you. They'll meet for breakfast at the same time and place each week and put together, and they'll have, either you can put together or you can join an organization that says, let's say, has 10 or 20 or 25 non-competing type of businesses. For instance, you might have an insurance agent, a real estate agent, mortgage broker, and they all have, they're not competing with one another, but they all have common leads. Somebody who buys a home needs insurance. Somebody that's even not that far along, just looking to purchase a home, is going to need a mortgage broker or a loan officer. So, those are all things that you need to address, and that can be addressed in the weekly business club meeting. Now, you're going to be charged a nominal fee, let's say each week, $10, $15, $20 to cover the cost of the breakfast and the cost of the room that you may be using. And you're going to pay that in advance, and you're just going to trade leads and trade referrals. So hopefully, this is something that you can utilize moving forward. So that's going to be all for this week. Hope this tip puts you guys on top of the world, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a great rest of the day.